Joining us now to discuss is Senator John Kennedy, Republican from Louisiana. He serves on the committees for Appropriations, Budget, Banking, and Judiciary. Welcome back, Senator. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
I'm going to start, if I might, with sort of the same question I asked Representative Sherman just a few moments ago. From where you sit, representing Louisiana, home of the new speaker, by the way, we'll get to that topic in just a moment. How do you grade or assess the economy? Obviously, inflation is coming down, but prices are still higher than they were 2 or 3 years ago. The economy seems to be growing nicely, 4.9% in the most recent quarter. How do you see it?
I give it a D, and I'll tell you why.
A D?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. I look at more than GDP growth. GDP growth has been okay. Inflation has not. And if you look at all of America in granting that grade, you have to consider all Americans. And many Americans, many people in my state, have to sell blood plasma in order to go to the grocery store. Yes, inflation has fallen, but we all both know that's disinflation. That just means it's going up less rapidly. Prices have not fallen.
Fair point.
Unless we have a recession, a fairly serious recession, these high prices are going to be with us for the rest of our natural lives.
Employment, however, is very strong by any standard.
Very strong.
You cannot give that a D.
And if you look at history going all the way back to the 1950s, the 10 periods of disinflation that we have had since then, based on history, unemployment ought to be minimum 6%, 7%. It's obviously not, and that's a good thing. But I think what has skewed that was the pandemic, and there was a lot of slack in the labor market that has been absorbed. But let me say it again, I give it a D because the economy serves the American people, not vice versa. And the American people, because of inflation, are hurting badly, and even those who have seen pay raises have not seen raises higher than the rate of inflation.
So if we turn then to, the top orders of business in Washington, foreign aid, obviously one of them. We were just talking to Congressman Sherman about how exactly that's going to happen. Not clear if these IRS cuts are the right way to try to offset that spending. Is it important to offset that spending, or just more important to get the aid out the door? Well,
I'm glad to see somebody is thinking about offsetting the spending and not just borrowing more money. Looking at, I think, the way most Americans look at it, there are two major issues right now. They're not the only issues. Number one, the biggest domestic issue is inflation. And the president does not have a plan to deal with inflation.
But the Fed does.
The Fed does. But you can't really get inflation under control unless you attack it on the monetary side by the Fed and the fiscal side by Congress. And the reason that the president doesn't have a plan for inflation is because it would require him to spend less. Number two, the biggest international issue obviously is parts of the world are on fire. And it is clear to me that China, Iran, Russia are working together. Their goal is to have China dominate the Indo-Pacific and sub-Saharan Africa, have Russia dominate Central and Eastern Europe, and have the Ayatollah in Iran dominate the Middle East. And that is not a world that is safe for America, and we have to address it.
So let's talk about the question of sending military aid to Ukraine and to Israel at the same time to fight Hamas. Do you expect that those two items will move together through Congress, move separately through Congress, and where specifically are you on sending more military aid to Ukraine, and aid to Israel?
Good question, as usual. Right now, present company excluded, most members of the media on Capitol Hill are interested in talking about process because process is sexy. Who's mad at who? Who's up? Who's down? Who's got a leg up? I'm more interested in substance. We don't know what's in this bill. We know it covers Taiwan, Ukraine, Israel, the border, and a whole bunch more domestic spending. But we don't know the details. And I had a conversation.
This is the bill that's come out of the administration.
This is a supplemental. And I had a conversation with Mitch, with Senator McConnell, before I came over here. I said, Mitch, we got to saddle up and ride. Okay, we need some language that everybody can look at so we can look at the substance. Forget the process for a second. Okay, that's what a lot of people want to talk about. Has the House gotten the edge over the Senate? I don't care. That's not, I mean, I'm interested in the substance.
But don't the dollar figures tell you the substance? I mean, it doesn't sound like there's that much in the shadows here if it's basically as described for Israel, Taiwan, Ukraine, the border. I mean, we've seen the dollar amount. So what's the holdup?
It's how they spend the money. I've seen plenty of money go to presidents for border security. Well, define border security. Some presidents define it as securing the border. Others define it as buying more welcome mats.